Good morning. Welcome to the Dark Mom Consortium. No, what is it? Mom and the Morning Crew. Mom and the Morning Crew for September the 26th, 2023. And on that cheery note, happy birthday to my sister Karen. How are you doing, my dear? It has been a long time. She's out in Sena, California, but unfortunately she has some health issues, so in many ways she is no longer with us, which is a bummer because she was a nice person. So I miss you, Karen. And we are currently live on We Are Live if you'd like to join me in Discord. So I did some of my endeavors yesterday, but not all of them. Mostly because I always say I'm going to do them first thing in the morning. Well, we're doing this, so I don't do my endeavors first thing in the morning. Then, oh no, I'll get them after work when I get home. Well, after work, there's always stuff to do. And okay, fine, I'll get up and I'll do them right after we're done with the show. Well, there's always stuff to do. And then the dogs need to go out. And then there's dishes that need to be washed. And then there's getting ready for the day, and all of a sudden it's bedtime. That's okay. I'll get up at 5 and do them. Rinse and repeat. So what have we got today? We have Destroy Herald Ships, we have Gain Salvage, and we have Defeat Tholian's Anukara. So let's see if I've got any salvage here worth salvaging. Oh, no, that's not going to work. That's definitely not going to work. Am I anywhere near Nukara? No, and Destroy Herald Ships. I could Destroy Herald Ships, but we'll wait on that one. See if anybody wants to join us, and we'll do Gateway to Grethor. Yeah, Gateway to Grethor. So let's see who else is out there who might have some stuff. Gethka? Gethra might. I've been playing her a lot. I wish the costume that appeared in the opening sequence there was the costume she's wearing. No, it's a costume that I wore briefly years ago and don't like. Does that one show up? No. Oh, I think we've probably got 1,000 in here. Is any of this worth anything? Yeah, let's just have fun and salvage it all. Bleep. Salvage. Boop. Done. Yay! One endeavor done. Oh, that was so challenging. Tholian's on Nukara. Where am I? Looks like I'm in New Rom. I'm in New Romulus. We can get to Nukara. Yes, I know, dear. The dog is going, Mom, 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 Mom. Hey, speaking of Mom, somebody was requesting a day off the other day, and I realized this month we have a Friday the 13th, which means, in theory, we should get Hearts and Minds, or we should get the Cat's Paw episode. My guess is we'll probably get Cat's Paw for Halloween. Yes, dear, I know. Yes, you're good. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear Fifi growling. She's doing this very subvocal sound. Thank you, Fifi. I appreciate that. Do I not have any of them here? Where'd they all go? I usually have something over there. I have nothing. How interesting. I'll do What Lies Beneath.
It's clear the Davidian.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Rasul. So I was noticing we have a Friday the 13th and we have a Halloween this month, so I'm wondering if we're going to get one or both or neither of our spooky episodes or spooky missions. I know they forgot it this year. I haven't seen the Hearts and Minds pop up on any of Friday the 13th, but I don't know if we've had a lot this year. Or if maybe I've been too busy and haven't paid attention. That could have happened. I have not done anything, Russell. Yesterday, being a typical Monday, was not a day of doing a gosh darn thing that wasn't related to work. And after 8 o'clock, yeah, let's call it 9 o'clock. After 9 o'clock today, I should have ample downtime, providing I get this rather large project wrapped. But I did 90% of it yesterday. And today just have to get it polished, packaged, and off to the printers. Yay! Am I the only one who picks these things up here? It's free dilithium. Well, actually, it's always a good thing to ask because I tend to forget. If I don't put it down on my list of stuff I absolutely have to do, I forget that it's there. Until I come back like a week later, it's like, oh, shoot. So, a couple of days ago, somebody else sent me something to read. And I immediately just put everything aside because I had some downtime and read it. And I'm very glad I did. It was extremely well written and very enjoyable. I only need 10 new tholins. It's not that difficult, guys. Come on, one more. One more tholin. No, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm not going to get started on that. Somebody shot at me. Fine. You're all done. I do have to put Discord onto my laptop, though, so I can do stuff. Would anybody like to join me for a little Gateway to Grethor? Or shall we wait a bit and see what happens? Okay, no problems. I will wait happily. I'm going to go check on the other account. So bear with me while I switch accounts here.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
I'm okay.
How are the Hellspawn?
They're currently sleeping in my lap, thank goodness. Well, one of them sleeping in my lap. The other one slept in my lap. I would not be able to feel my legs for a month or two. The 6-pounder actually kills my legs, but the first time Fifi went home, okay, my son adopted Fifi 3 years ago from the shelter, and after a few days realized that having her in the apartment with a cat wasn't working. And didn't want to take her back because you just don't do that, so called up Mom and Dad. Mom, can you take care of Fifi? Of course. Of course we can take care of Fifi, says my husband. So I drive down to Indiana, grab Fifi, take her back home. And the whole trip home, at that point she probably only weighed 50 pounds because, shelter dogs tend to be skinny. And she slept on my lap 4 hours on my lap, with her head in the steering wheel, so of course you can only drive this much of the steering wheel. So legs are numb, arms can barely move. She's trying to sleep the whole time, head resting on my arm. That was a challenging drive. And then we weren't sure she was going to get along with Arrow. But they did good. They ignored each other for a week and then they got on. And now she's currently sleeping on the floor and rarely sleeps on my lap. Thank goodness, because she's up to almost 70 pounds now. And yes, she needs to lose a little weight. Oh, we have some Lex knives. We can go do this. I need to kill some Vadwar on the ground. Let's go do that one real quick.
I need to destroy one dreadnought.
Oh, perfect. We're going to do Gateway to Grethor, so they've got the Iodon Dreadnought at the very end, or Yadon, however you say that.
I need to kill or destroy 10 Tholian ships.
Well, we do have the new episode if you get into that. Or you can just go off to Archer.
Yeah. And I need to destroy 30 Voth ships.
And we have a mission for that, though. 30 Voth is Aftermath, the patrol on advance. That'll give you... It gave me 30 yesterday. It used to give me just 27. But I got all 30 yesterday. So I think you have to be very aggressive so the NPCs don't get any of them.
And I also need to do my my event run.
Oh, we can do that with you. We got lots of things we can do. And Chris has...
That should get me a dreadnought.
What? Not Aftermath. It won't give you a dreadnought.
No. I'm
An Archer.
maybe Starbase 1?
No, Starbase. Oh, yeah, that last Borg cube that they've got now. Might do it. Do I want to go up there and do that? Yeah, let's go up there and do that one. Chris has 30 Tholians on Nukara, shields in space, always a pain in the butt, and 5 Borg ships. I think we could probably find a way to help you with those Borg ships. But I was moaning and groaning this morning that if I don't do these first thing in the morning, I'm not going to do them because I always have things to do. I have to do some physical damage here. Let's see if we can make this all happen together. Audio's doing interesting things today. Well, there's my physical damage, so now I can have some fun. Suppose I could put a weapon back on.
I'm trying to brainstorm how to approach this story.
Have you considered giving what you've got there, writing it like a fairy tale?
Could work.
Yeah, because, I mean, the lyrical style, the way you started out, is very much a Princess Bride lyrical story. It would work very well that way.
Yeah, part 1 is directly from the script of The Last
Yes.
Generation.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're changing it then. Okay.
Yeah, that's from that's the story that Yvette was, or at least how Picard was reciting it.
Let's see what we've got here. Don't need that. That one would work very well. That works. Okay. Hopefully this will pop.
Why do I see John Delancey's Q as the grandfather from The Princess Bride?
Yes, that's where I was going with it too. Chris, it did a explanation or the reasoning behind Picard season 3 and the way it rolled out, and it's actually really, really good.
Yeah, season 2.
But season 2 and season 3 though, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it works great, yeah. So I'm thinking it's a fine fanfic. Having written many a fanfic and read many a fanfic. The read part being kind of the scary part. Of trying to find a nice way of telling somebody, don't quit your day job type, In fact, just retire pen and paper. Oh my god. I used to get so many requests to write specific fanfics for people. And they wanted self-inserts, but they couldn't be bothered to put themselves into it. And of course, if you don't know the person, it's very hard to write a self-insert fanfic for somebody else. See, how many turns do I have to do? 60. Okay, no problems. Now Loki is sound asleep on my leg, and my leg is also sound asleep.
Operations is locked down. Use the exocomms to get the doors open. Get to the consoles down in the security hubs. Deploy exocomms to the console. Once all three are set, they'll start tracking the security system.
Oh, don't die. Hit it a little too slow there. Oh, wow. What did I get?
Having a creative self-insert a third party into something kind of hard for written stories. It's great when you want to put your third wife into the Mona Lisa, or the Hellspawn into Dogs Playing Poker,
Well, that at least is a little bit easier.
right?
But there's a few challenges out there that are... self-inserts are bad enough. Somebody else's self-inserts, especially when they clearly want to do it because they have a fetish towards a certain actor or actress, and it's like, no, not doing that.
I avoid slash fiction. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I've heard enough horror stories
Yes.
of Kirk and Spock getting it on in the rec room.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend who writes decent fanfic, or used to write decent fanfic, but stopped a while ago, and I've kind of realized after rereading them, they're all the same story, they just changed the location. It's kind of, after a while, you realize this is a little boring, and love her to death. What do you mean you can't edit your bio anymore? Hold on a second. I just want to beam up. Stop killing me so I can beam up. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put you down. What do you mean you can't? That's got to be a glitch. Let's see. Gornlicious. Biography. Wow. Edit record. Let's see. Yeah, I was able to change my bio.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, hang on, it's on my other account. I'm going to jump accounts again. Let me get back over there. I have one tune that's got a reasonably long bio. Let's see if that works. Is it even possible to write a self-insert if you are not writing it yourself? Well, I didn't know of a better way to phrase it. So I don't like to do self-inserts. Not that I won't pull something from my personal history and stick it into a fanfic, but I try to write characters that are original, because they're more interesting than me, and not Mary Sue's, and, not writing the tropes is as hard as writing the cliches sometimes. But at one point, the character I was focusing on developed a heart problem, and I was very careful about writing it into the story, and then realized within a month I was exhibiting the same symptoms. I'm thinking, hold on, was I writing about myself, or am I manifesting symptoms like a lot of actors get so focused on the character they're playing they become that character? It took me a long time to deal with that. Let's see. Oh, Russell, I wasn't even going to bother with changing weapons for something that short. $3,406 characters for a bio. That's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, well, that's interesting. Her bio disappeared entirely. Well, I guess we're not going to write that bio then. That makes it okay. So, let's see. We have a lot of stuff we need to do here. Let me get back into this. There you go. So, yeah, I was just looking here at my bio, and it's all gone. Everything that was here is gone. Oh, well. Such is life. So I wanted to do Gateway to Grethor. That'll cover some things. I know we have some other stuff to do. Chris has got Borgie ships to do. And Shields in Space. Well, Shields in Space hopefully will get covered when we do something here. That's an interesting bio. Wow. Wow. That is a detailed bio. Way better than mine. Good morning, BTD. Hey, I shipped you or mailed you something yesterday, so I hope you got it. It was from Von Marcus, and I did a little upgrade for you there. And Razul has lost his server connection, so let's have him rejoin us. I'm going to grab a jacket. I'll be right back. It's a little chilly this morning. See, reflexively I turned off the light switch and promptly forgot that it turns off everything. Well, not the computers, but all the lights. And I'm like, oh, I don't have lights in this room yet. Ooh, okay, nice toys out there. Good, yay. So that I think is probably an Omni. I tend to put Omnis on my aft weapons when I do them. Rather than up front, I think they're less effective up front. The Orator is here as well. So let me go find a toon who knows how to actually run a space mission. And we, for Chris, who needs shields and Borgie ships, and I need dreadnoughts, would everybody be okay with running Hive Onslaught? That would get a lot of stuff done, I think. So let me send Chris an invitation here.
Once again, forces.
No, no, we're reserving you for later. We're reserving you for lunch. No, no, advanced is just fine. Anybody else want to jump in and join us for a little destruction of the Borgies? So my little feed at the bottom of my game here, I've got a Chiron running, and it's going, oh, downpour's expected today. I'm like, what the heck? So I go up and I check the weather. And not only is there not a cloud in the sky, there's no rain predicted at all till tomorrow. I'm looking at the radar now. The closest clouds are north of Chicago, and the weather does not come down from the north. There's nothing here. I have no idea what my feed is coming from. It's certainly not from this part of the world. Let's see, maybe they're talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow, we've got a storm predicted. Maybe. Maybe. And I'm looking out. I can still see the stars. We definitely don't have anything. Oh, okay. Maybe a thunderstorm, even though it's not on the radar. I see. So they're telling me downpours with no actual weather predicted. Okay, well, I'm going to launch it with this. Advanced, and here we go. Weeboo.
Wee-woo.
Razul says, I love storms. Wish I could design my own little house to truly enjoy storms. Glass roof and 2 to 3 glass walls. Yes, glass roofs, Chicago, or Illinois, Indiana. Hailstorms, lots of them. We're going to do a hard stop at 7 because I'm out of coffee and I have to go to the coffee shop on the way to work. Yeah, I love a good thunderstorm. My dogs... We haven't had a thunderstorm since I've moved in here, so that's going on a month now. That'll be interesting. There's no sign of water damage on this roof, but, you know, the first few storms are always interesting. This ship is a tank, so I can tank for everybody. I don't need anything on it. It's kind of interesting. Here in Indiana, we do not have the ferocious storms we had in Chicago. We have a lot of storms here, but they're more, storm. They're polite and friendly storms.
I think after this, I'm going to call it.
Okay. No worries. We'll be around. I will be on tonight. I know there's a 10 forward tonight, or at least there should be a 10 forward tonight. But I think I'll be on.
I admire your strength. Well, with us, you could be so much more.
So I'm curious if these are still going to count the Borg cubes as tacticals as dreadnoughts or not. Oh, that's interesting. I'm curious. I've got no shields. Not that that's ever stopped me before, but... I wonder if I took them off or something. So it looks like assimilators have replaced cubes. Cubes have replaced tactical cubes. Tactical cubes are something different now. Spheres have been downgraded? That's interesting. Cubes inside some other structure there. Bright light.
Your efforts
Or Azul, your Herc are definitely effective.
and I will claim another. Your efforts are
This is not the end.
Yeah, it definitely would, but as soon as I realized I didn't have my shields, I'm thinking, I'm probably shouldn't be tanking a ship with no shields. Now I can tank. So Razul said, well, if you want to tank, I think it would help if you turned on threatening stance and attract fire, Mom. How do you get to Borg battle with no shields? I took them off when we were doing hull damage the other night. So you maximize your hull damage by taking off your shield so you can take the damage so you can repair it. Because on that ship, if I've got my shields up, I don't take enough damage to ever repair it. And I forgot to put them on. Yeah, my engineer's on sleep. Yeah, that's what happened. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Let's see. Do I need anything? Yeah. Is that Iconium? You know, you get stupid sometimes. Okay, I get stupid a lot
I get
of times.
stupid a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say I get stupid a lot.
It's like one of my defining features.
Not related to stupid. Has anybody seen Wolfie lately? I haven't seen... I know she's had the internet issues, but I haven't seen her Oh, maybe in 3-4 days now. Yeah. Okay, I will try and follow up with her. I'm wondering if she's just lost internet because of all the issues they've had. I jump to Discord here. Let's see if Wolfie's said anything. Yeah, I haven't gotten a message from... Wow. There she is. Wow, it's been over a week since I've seen anything from her. 2 weeks. Okay. So for those of you who aren't aware, there's a cable from South Africa to wherever the heck the next place is that got caught in underwater transoceanic landslide. Anyway, not only did it ruin one, but it ruined both transatlantic cables. And it'll be months before the ship can get there to fix them, and then probably another couple of months to actually get it fixed. So the internet has been incredibly intermittent. Yeah. I would say that's a good reason not to put both cables in the same location, but they weren't. So she was showing us the graphs for the cable that they've had, which has been very, very intermittent. It's interesting. We're going to be over there. My company's going to be over there in the next couple of weeks, and I need to let them know that if they're going to be doing anything requiring cable, they might want to figure out what they can do with other systems.
Right, like bring a Skynet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they're going to do anything.
Sorry, Starlink.
Skynet, come on, and then
nobody would ever get those two mixed up. Like there's this autonomous robot security guard company.
Yeah.
And New York is starting to roll them out. And you look at them and you just see Daleks. It's like they had to know.
Oh, I was thinking more of RoboCop.
Yeah, no, that they're homunculus white drones.
Oh, great.
That roll around, and it's like
we can get some toilet plungers and attach them to them.
Right.
So catching up here on dialogue. Chris says, imagine being dependent on one ship that sails to fix the internet. There's more than one ship. But there's not a lot of them, actually. So this one's coming from France, so that's a bit of a jaunt, and it's doing another job first. And then he has to go back and get the cable, and then go out and figure out where the repair needs to be done, etc., etc. Razul says, and it's another example of how Mother Nature shows us that all our attempts at mastering the planet are mere folly. Yeah, really. And Skynet actually works. Starlink, not so much. Yeah, I had considered Starlink if I'd taken the opportunity to purchase a house a little bit further south than where I am, because there's no decent internet there. Up here, we've got AT&T Fiber, which works right up until it got to the front door of the townhouse, which is where it broke. But at least it was outside of the door, and therefore their problem, not mine. And Chris says, I don't think Mother Nature cares if we have internet or not. She's just doing her thing, and we're just in the way and sloppy. True. So let's say global warming gets to the point where human life is not really tenable anymore. The thing is, there's corrective things that will happen on the planet. Gets warm enough, the poles melt, screws up the Atlantic conveyor. The Atlantic conveyor stops. All of a sudden, that transporting of warm water from the equator up to the poles ends, and the poles begin to refreeze. And eventually enough it gets refrozen, and then the conveyor starts up again, and we go back into the cycle. It'll fix itself. We might not be there, but it'll fix itself. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Life will continue, just not necessarily with us there. Which will be a bummer, but after my son passes on, that's the end of my family. He doesn't want to have kids. My niece and nephew don't want to have kids. I guess I have one niece who had a child, so I guess there is somebody in the family line who will continue. But going from my family, there were like 70 cousins, children's, nieces, nephews, grandchildren when I was growing up to there's a couple of us now. Very interesting how our family line just is going back down, decreasing.
I'm pretty sure our neighbors in Alpha Centauri will be happy when we're gone. The entire western spiral arm of the galaxy's property values will go up.
Yeah, they'll be happy. The trash is gone, thank goodness. Let's see. Chris says, well, I'm dying my bloodline for so many reasons at this point. I can't pinpoint which one's the predominant one. In our case, the kids are less interested in having kids. My niece, her grandfather and her mother both died of a rare cancer that's untreatable, uncurable, and is genetic. So I'm sure she's like, nope, not doing that. My son's just not interested in marriage or kids. Okay, fine, get it. Plus he's got a heart condition, which is probably genetic. Probably doesn't want to pass that on. My stepsister's family line will continue, but she's my stepsister, so that's her family line, and that's the one who's got a birthday today. By the way, happy birthday again, Karen. The Illuminati systematically decreased mom's line. So I'm going to just rely on all of you. All of you are now my children. If I am mom, you're all my children. It's up to you. Well, Chris says, bringing up a kid in a world effed up like this is, and without prospects of it turning for the better, I'd feel guilty seeing the kid struggle without having any chance to change it. What's interesting, Chris, is if you go back 2,000 years and you look at some of this stuff that was left from people living in Rome at the time, that's exactly what they said as well. And if we probably could find writing from people, individuals going back another 2,000 years, they probably said the same thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, they don't allow gay people to have kids in Poland? No. That's stupid. Why not? No, I'm not going to ask why not. That'll get us off in a political discussion. Yeah, they allow you to live. They allow you to live. You should be grateful. My butt. You're human beings. I just don't get that.
Do you ever wonder if the rapture has already happened and just everybody here is in denial? Like all those Christians are like, the rapture is coming, and it's like, no, it's already here, and you're just delusional.
Well, there's always the possibility we're delusional. Jumping off this just for a second, Rizal says, one thing I find funny about climate change is that there was a time during the medieval age where wine was grown near London. It was warmer than it is now. Yes, that was the global optimal. Was that the name of it? Climate optimal? Medieval climate optimum, or the medieval climatic anomaly. Yeah, and it lasted about 400 years, 900 to 1300, where there was a climatic shift so that it was warmer in the northern hemisphere than it is now or has been since 1300. And this follows, let's see, 568 was the year without summer. The year without light, the year without summer. That is when Mount Tambor exploded in Indonesia and drove the world into a nuclear winter that lasted several years and resulted in massive population die-offs and starvation worldwide. But because the population was relatively low, comparatively speaking, didn't have the effect it would now. And then everything kind of rebounded when we had a 400-year period where the weather in the northern hemisphere was warmer to the extent that the wines grown, or the grapes grown in London, produced better wines than they did in France. France couldn't grow them. So yeah. And Chris says, there's no rapture. I was hoping for it, but it's just misinterpretation of the Bible. Personally, not being a religious person, the Bible, meaning book, is just that, a book. And if that's what you hold to, cool for you. If it works for you, it works for you. So Chris says, I was raised in the 90s prepared for the reality that isn't here anymore because economy and everything changed so much. I wouldn't want to inflict this on an innocent being. And the darkness cutting out the sun and lowering the temps and ruining crops. Right, so now we're looking at the possibility of another fairly intense volcanic period coming up here, related to the poles melting, which is really interesting, which would immediately release more particulate matter and gases into the atmosphere that would bring on global cooling again, which would then refreeze the poles, which would reduce the amount of volcanic activity, which would... It's a cycle. So, no pew-pew. Yes, we can definitely do some pew-pew. Hey, Satalia, I grew up... well, not grew up, but from the time I was in my early 20s on, there was this guy out of England named James Burke, who was a science communicator, who I adored, and he did a series of shows called Connections. And it was telling how one thing connects to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. It was really interesting, and it gave me this love of all this minutia. So yes, it is 6:48. Let's do a pew-pew. What do you want to do, Russell? I could do Gateway to Grethor. Oh yeah, I love it too. I actually got to meet him. He was really nice. He was at a bookstore in Chicago when I was working across the street. I played hooky and went over to meet him. Pew-pews and explosions. Okay, Chris, do you have anything you need to do? Did you get your healing on your shields? No, we want space pew-pew. It is not on DVD unless something has changed, Satalia. There was a issue with who owns it. So Connections 2 and 3 are available. But the original series is not, unless that's changed. One pew-pew on Advanced should do it. Can you guys deal with the Gateway to Grethor, or do you want to do like a patrol? I'm happy with doing a patrol because I do have a hard stop at 7. Is that going to work for you, Rasul? Gravity kills. We're not doing gravity kills. Okay, let's do a patrol then. Let's do Trouble Over Tur because that's fairly long and that should give you... Yeah, let's do Trouble Over Tur on Advanced. It's fairly long and it should give you enough time to do your healing. If everybody would like to launch for that one, I will wait for everyone to get there. Well, that's going on. Give me 1 second here for Satalia. The book is available. Oh, Connections 1 is available through Amazon. So there you go.
Nice.
Yay. And it's only like $25. Definitely worth getting. It's dated now, but it's still brilliant. And he covers so many different things. You know how the Battle of Agincourt led to rockets? And just these weird ways things connected. Obviously the name.
This has been a disturbing day, Frank. First, what
Yes, it's Ugg-Alachi, but there's enough damage going on in this sequence over here where you should be able to do some fun healing for yourself.
Target neutralized.
And I can have some fun.
Looks like we made
Oh no, the rift won't close.
something's wrong.
I don't know that they did connections with another host. I know the 3 that I've seen are James Burke.
They're coming from the rift.
They redid, what's the one that Carl Sagan did?
Cosmos?
Cosmos. They redid that with Neil deGrasse Tyson a few years ago. Well, more than a few years ago. A decade ago.
Hostile logic fleet on sensors. Here they come.
And yes, I did turn on my attract fire. So everybody can attack me now and we can have some fun. There was another series kind of on that same flavor, but James Burke's ability to communicate a concept was, and still is, kind of unparalleled. And he did a video game, computer game, not video game, as well, called The Web. But it wasn't about, the internet web. It was about how things get interconnected. You're not getting any damage. Can you do attract fire? Sit in the middle of it and see if everybody will target on you? Oh, inventory full. Okay, fine. Go away from my screen then. That's interesting. I'm going to lay off here for a second and see if that helps you at all.
That's not good.
Is that helping at all, Chris? Well, my default for taking damage on shields and hull is Ruins of Doom. Take out the first wave of the Mokai and just sit there and let that asteroid explode on you a few times. I could suggest buy yourself some garbage shields or craft some garbage shields because they'll take damage better.
They must be dealt with. The rift is closed. Well done, everyone. Captain Tarzan, the report
Oh, goodness, what's that?
thanks.
Let's
My
take that one.
compliments to you and your crew.
Might as well pick up all this stuff while I'm here. What did I need? I need Iconians. And we can depart finally. Yay!
Attacks like these are going to...
Take only pictures, leave only related crafting materials. And we've got an ad running here, so I guess I really will leave in 2 minutes. That's really interesting, Chris. With these, from Satali, with these T6X upgrades, filling those and tactical slots with vulnerability locators, you could theoretically get some big DPS. Oh, yeah. If you have the resources, you can definitely get some big DPS.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
Alrighty, well, I will be heading out of here in just a moment, too. So you have a wonderful day. I'm planning to be on tonight if anybody wants to join me. You know what? Maybe we'll start earlier, because everybody leaves to go watch 10 Forward. I will see what they're going to talk about tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chris. You have a great day, too.
I'll go try to get some sleep.
Yes, please. Take care of yourself and let me know what's going on. Rasul, I will definitely read what you sent me as soon as I finish up the project at work, which, why my boss waits till 10 days before an event to say, oh, we need the graphics designed and a backdrop made. It takes 10 days to get backdrops made and shipped. So I'll wait to get to the office and find out whether or not it can even be done.
Yep.
Will do, Rasul. Tomorrow is class day, so tomorrow I will be not on in the evenings and driving to scenic Bloomington, Illinois. So I can go beat the crap out of human beings who are more likely to get beaten up. Well, everyone, I will be turning this off as soon as we get out of this ad break. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will see you tonight if possible. And if not, go watch 10 Forward. And this is really bizarre. Well, I'm at work till about 10 hours from now, so... But we'll figure it out. So this is interesting. On my stream, it shows that we're coming out of an ad break. On my OBS, it says we've got 3 minutes. But I don't have 3 minutes. So on behalf of everybody, have a wonderful day, folks, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.